I'm Gary Harper.
Thank you so much, Gary. Excellent info for those still writing checks. Every day here on Local News Live, we share the stories of the day reported by our local journalists nationwide. That includes our hundreds of meteorologists as well.
Here's a look at your national forecast.
I'm WIS First Alert meteorologist Vaughn Gaskin, coming to you from Columbia, South Carolina. I certainly hope everyone is enjoying the holiday week. We've got a lot to talk about, and a lot's been going on in the weather department. We're tracking this old area of low pressure. That nor'easter has really been hanging on, giving us...
Coming up on KTTC News at 10, a little boy struggled to survive and how a special partnership and some pretty neat technology saved his life. We're going to meet him in tonight's Kid with Courage. Plus, the commission behind the state's flag redesign says its work is now complete. And a Wabasha woman charged with embezzling millions of dollars from her employer. What we're learning about her case.
Live from your local news leader, this is KTTC News.
And I'm Tom Overley. Caitlin Alexander is off tonight. We're going to begin with a developing story out of La Crosse tonight. New at 10, the chancellor at University Wisconsin-La Crosse has been fired. This afternoon surfaced of online porn performances between the now former UWL Chancellor Joe Gao and his wife. The Universities of Wisconsin president released the statement. It says in part, quote, "In recent days, we learned of specific conduct by Dr. Gao that has subjected the university to significant reputational harm. His actions were abhorrent," end quote. By unanimous vote today, the UW Board of Regents voted to immediately terminate Dr. Gao, who served UWL since 2007. UWL Provost Betsy Morgan will serve as the interim chancellor. In other news, a Wabasha woman has been arrested after reportedly stealing millions of dollars from her employer. 61-year-old Sharon Schmartzreit of Wabasha has been charged on 2 felony counts, theft and financial exploitation of a vulnerable adult. The criminal complaint says that she embezzled major amounts of cash from her workplace in Lewiston. While in charge of her employer's finances, the complaint says that she developed an online relationship with a man who says he was owed $7 million from work he did overseas, but needed to borrow U.S. dollars in order to obtain that money. She sent that man her own money under the impression that she would be repaid, but she never was. And she then started transferring money from her employer's accounts to the individual in various ways. The business was not named in the complaint, but reports its financial loss from the embezzling is more than $3.7 million. It's reported that she also stole more than $17,000 from a vulnerable adult. She has since posted bail and will be back in court January 3rd. A Fillmore County judge finds an Iowa woman guilty on 8 counts of felony theft. Mindy Jo Jones, who has resided in several Iowa communities and gone by various names, was charged with 14 theft-related counts involving financial transactions at her former Minnesota business. She owned and operated Tin Rust in Harmony, a consignment home decor shop located in Harmony. According to court documents, Jones engaged in business transactions knowing that she had insufficient funds to cover the payments from 2019 to 2021. Jones will be sentenced for these crimes February 12th. 10 days later, she is set to go on trial for an arson case connected to a Waukon, Iowa business fire from 2022. Jones faces additional financial theft-related charges in Fillmore County as well. And we have an update of a Christmas Eve crash in southeast Olmsted County. The man from Dover involved in that single vehicle crash has died from his injuries. According to the Olmsted County Sheriff's Office, 20-year-old Christian Walter was thrown from his vehicle and found by deputies about 150 feet away. He was the only person in the car. The crash happened at around 3 a.m. Sunday at the intersection of County Road 30 and 180th Avenue Southeast. That's between Chatfield and Dover. Walter was taken to Mayo Clinic St. Mary's. The sheriff's office reports he died there today. Authorities have not said what led up to the crash. All right, we're going to talk weather now. Nick Jansen is out on the weather patio. A cooler evening out there is more cool temps on the way.
Not many cold temperatures, Tom, on the way through the next 7 to even 10 days as we move into 2024. We're tracking some above average temperatures. Of course, we're not looking at record-breaking temperatures, but they will be anywhere from maybe 10, 15 degrees above average. With the above-average temperatures, we're also tracking the limited amount of snow chances in the near future, too. High temperatures here today into the upper 30s. We were 13 degrees above average today in Rochester, 38 for the high. At 25, our seasonal high temperature for today's date. Lewis Nato live camera tonight. Temps are down into the 20s. It does feel like 22. It will still stay maybe 10 to 14 degrees above average in terms of our overnight lows here tonight, too. Temps locally, some 20s and some 30s here. We're down to 31 in Mason City and 28 currently in Zumbrota. Mainly clear sky. That'll help drop some of our temperatures down here tonight as we look at future track radar. All the rainfall that we see approaching eastern Wisconsin here from the east side of Lake Michigan, that'll change over to some snow, and that could be our weather maker for tomorrow. And nothing in terms of any type of precip overnight into tomorrow morning. We'll just increase that cloud cover. There will be the chance for some light snow in some areas. Not everyone will see the snowfall tomorrow. We'll have the first alert on that coming up in your first alert forecast. Tom.
Nick, thank you. Well, with the end of Christmas, it's time for us to figure out how we're going to discard our live Christmas trees and all those holiday decorations. According to Olmsted County Environmental Resources, the compost site is open for Christmas tree disposal every day during daylight hours all through the month of March. Again, these are live trees, not the artificial ones. Its communications specialist Anthony Whitmer recommends removing any ornaments, lights, and stands attached to the tree. He recommends the residents to sort their holiday decorations as well before discarding the tree, especially those with batteries.
We get a lot of questions about batteries this time of year as well. Lithium and other types of rechargeable batteries, we would want to see those brought to the Olmsted County Hazardous Waste Facility. Single-use alkaline batteries can go in your trash.
Whitmer also suggests recycling light strands and throwing leftover wrapping paper in the garbage as it's not accepted by paper mills. You can find the exact hours of the drop-off locations through the link in our web story, KTTC.com. Well, the new Minnesota state flag and state seal have been made official. This morning, the State Emblems Redesign Commission completed their final report. And with the completion of that report, the State Emblems Redesign Commission is one step away from its end. That means the new state flag and seal are official. The final report for the redesign effort is on its way to the legislature just in time for the group's end of the year deadline. Still, the final meeting was not without some new discussion.
A number of us don't believe that the public was listened to. We put out listening devices and then didn't follow that input.
One voting member of the commission voted against the report, saying that he plans to draft a minority report specifically regarding the state seal. The new emblems are now official, and barring action from the legislature, will fly for the first time on Statehood Day. That'll happen in May. Well, today is National Fruitcake Day. Love it or hate it, that sweet dessert that is synonymous with Christmas time, fruitcake, some judging it without ever having tried it. Pat Pring takes us behind the scenes to see how it's made and offers it up to strangers passing by and see how they react.
2016 online article has a headline, 7 Reasons You Should Never Eat Fruitcake, and the subhead that reads, Throw it in the trash. That's a pretty harsh sentiment for a traditional Christmas sweet. Hey, what is your thought on fruitcake? You like fruitcake?
I'm not a fan, no thank you.
Scott Johnson of Johnson's Bakery says he generally makes 2 batches of fruitcake each season.
This makes about 76 pounds of fruitcake altogether.
The process to make fruitcake is actually a 2-day project. What is your thought on fruitcake? Do you like it?
Not really.
On the first day, 12 pounds of golden raisins,
Pecans,
7 pounds of pecans,
That's one loaf?
and 30 pounds of candied fruit are mixed together in a large bowl. Then they're covered so the flavors will meld overnight. In addition, a special sauce of brandy, almond bark, and other secret flavorings is created, and it too will sit overnight.
You're not my favorite thing.
Day 2 is when it all comes together. The cake part is created. The sugar and salt is combined. And then flour and eggs are added along with butter. A lot of butter. And then the special sauce is added into that mix. Would you like to try a piece of fruitcake?
Sure, why not?
It's very good. I didn't know it was going to be so
like jello-y in the middle, I guess. It's pretty good.
Now it's time for the batter to meet up with the fruit, nuts, and golden raisins, which have been patiently waiting. And once again, the ingredients are all mixed together. From there, the raw fruitcake creation is put into the foil tins, 2 pounds at a time. More fruit and pecans are added to the top, and then egg wash is applied. Would you like to try a piece of fruitcake?
No thanks.
Why not?
All right, I'll try one. It's good.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real good.
I think a lot of people have the wrong impression of fruitcake.
Oh, I'm one of them.
Into the oven go the fruitcakes, and in just a bit of time, they're ready. They'll be bought by customers at Johnson's Bakery and enjoyed over the holidays.
God, I don't know. That actually looks kind of good. Might have to try it sometime. All right, it was a frightening start to his life, but thanks to teamwork across state lines and some high tech, his story has a bit of a happy ending. We have more in tonight's Kid with Courage.
We have some mainly clear sky now. We'll increase that cloud cover. Not a lot of sunshine to go around tomorrow, and we could even see the chance of some light snow. Your first alert forecast coming up right after this.
Well, this is our December Kid with Courage's first holiday season. Miles Mays' family is grateful he's doing well after a scary start to his life. As Caitlin Alexander reports, they're ready for all the fun that's ahead.
Oh, I cannot wait to take him to Disney World.
Decked in their matching Mickey Mouse gear, Ashley Brown introduces us to her 2-month-old son, Miles. Their story is like something out of a Disney movie, but with a scary start.
So I called his doctor, who then told me that I should bring him into the ER.
When Miles was only 2 weeks old, he stopped taking bottles and was vomiting. Ashley and Miles's father drove 40 minutes from home in Grantsburg, Wisconsin, to an ER in St. Croix Falls.
So we brought him in there and they immediately got him, set up with a call to Children's because his heart rate was incredibly high.
A quick video call away between partner organizations. Children's Minnesota works with more than a dozen hospitals around Minnesota and western Wisconsin in their labor and delivery units. Technology allowing specialists in the Twin Cities to control their own camera movements and examine patients.
We have, equipment there in the room that we can actually see the baby. They can see us. We can talk directly like we are now in this conversation to the providers taking care of that patient.
Children's Minnesota neonatologists got to work right away with Miles's medical team on site.
So a normal baby heart rate should be around 120 beats a minute, and his was going about 260, so very, very fast.
Oh, I was freaking out. I was like borderline crying.
Brown says they helped coordinate some maneuvers with Miles's legs to help get him out of what's called supraventricular tachycardia, or SVT, a type of arrhythmia. Once the situation was under control, an ambulance brought Miles to Children's. Doctors were able to find a good medication to keep his heart pumping as it should.
So it was really nice to be able to get that reassurance through doctors at Children's through even that video chat.
Thanks to tech and teamwork across state lines, a happy ending for this Mickey Mouse.
So cute. Well, if you are interested in learning more about Children's Minnesota's neonatal program, there's a link attached to the web version of the story at kttc.com under the Kids with Courage tab. As always, if there is a kid with courage Caitlin should know about, email her at kidswithcourage@kttc.com.
Here's your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Nick Jansen.
High temperatures today, they weren't in the 40s or the 50s, but we were still 13 to 15 degrees above average across most of the upper Midwest here. So as you look at Rochester, that high of 38 degrees. Notice our average high at 25. So even though it was a little colder today, right, we're still well above average. And if we just look across the country, a lot of locations, even here in the blue, are still above average. And that is that El Nino effect that we've been talking about taking place out in the Pacific Ocean. And that's really, really warmed not just the upper Midwest, but the whole continental United States. These type of temperatures will continue into January too. The latest Climate Prediction Center outlook here is showing an above average trend for, you guessed it, temperatures in January. So it's been warm December, probably one of the warmest Decembers on record in terms of just our average temperature across Rochester and most of southeast Minnesota. The same might be happening for the month of January. In terms of our precipitation, well, maybe things will start to pick up a little bit more here as we're in that gray color, which means we should be close to normal. We have not been close to normal in terms of our snowfall here this December. Partly cloudy and quiet here tonight. We will pick up some cloud cover here. What we're tracking through the rest of the week, just talked about it, staying above average, even highs in the upper 20s like we could have by about New Year's Eve. That's still above average. Snow chances really limited. We have a light chance coming up on Thursday. Some flurries possible through the daytime hours tomorrow. And then we are dry. Notice Friday extending all the way into Wednesday. No major weather makers on the way. We haven't had too many besides the one that just brought all the rainfall and could potentially impact some of the upper Midwest coming up tomorrow. Right now, obviously, dry and quiet here on future track radar, but that center of the low pressure still spinning right in the Midwest here through Missouri. And notice we can kind of see everything's moving counterclockwise. So this low is impacting areas all the way out into the plains and as far east as, say, Toronto and even towards Detroit. All of this precip here continues to move back to the west-northwest, and that will be the precipitation that we're keeping an eye on for tomorrow. Currently, future track just keeps it just down to our south and southeast, so we might pick up some snowfall through about Houston, maybe Almaquee, Winneshiek, and even eastern Fillmore County. I think in Rochester, Olmsted County, maybe a couple flurries throughout the day today, unless if that shifts farther and farther to the west. Temperatures fast forwarding into Friday. We'll start things off in the 20s and then warm into the upper 30s, and we'll see some sunshine on the way to round out the work week. Talked about the snowfall, maybe some light accumulations. Like I said, close to Winneshiek, Almaquee, Houston counties. Not expecting too much if you're along 52 or to the west. Temperature outside on our Lewis and Not Alive camera here tonight at 27. We'll watch temps drop down a couple more degrees here tonight. 24 for the low. We're partly cloudy and mild. I mean, temperatures should be in the low teens. Temperatures tomorrow, low 30s with some cloud cover. We will have the chance for some flurries tomorrow. 7-day forecast here, 38 for the high Friday, 32 on Saturday. This weekend, again, still just slightly above average, low 30s and upper 20s, and we will see some sunshine on the new year on January 1st with 30 for the high. Tom.
Sunshine is always welcome. Thank you, Nick. It's an annual tradition in Rochester this year, celebrating a milestone, and besides a good game, it means good business for many. The economic impact of the Kiwanis Tournament up next. Rochester businesses are seeing a boost this week thanks to a long-running event for the past 30 years. Graham Arena has hosted the Rochester Kiwanis Hockey Festival. Our Matt Rainier spoke with tournament officials and business owners alike about the impact that the tournament brings to the city beyond the ice.
You wouldn't expect a clothing boutique to set up shop in a hockey arena.
It's a real opportunity for us to be here selling our stuff. We're really grateful.
Kara Gauthier is the owner of Minnesota Chicks, a women's clothing boutique. She says the tournament is a great place to show off their products.
We're locals right here in Rochester, so to be able to just come down the road and put out our product, it's really a benefit to our family.
For 3 decades, the Rochester Kiwanis Club has hosted its yearly tournament to raise money for their organization. Last year, the tournament raised $25,000 for projects in the Rochester area.
30 years, we've raised around $750,000 for projects within the community. In addition to that, we've done a lot of our regular projects like scholarships for high school students.
While the organization has done an excellent job in supporting the community's youth, local businesses have also been beneficiaries with the influx of visitors to the city.
A few years ago, we had the Rochester Sports Commission did a study analyzing what the economic support was for the community. And I don't remember the numbers exactly, but it was something around $500,000 coming into the community through hotels, gas stations, restaurants.
Gauthier says that she and her business are grateful for this event being able to bring together so many different teams into the community.
We do think it's really nice that Rochester is able to host so many different teams locally here at Graham Park. It's a great facility, and we're thankful for Minnesota hockey.
In Rochester, Matt Rainier, KTTC News.
A great tournament celebrating 30 years, and it runs until Friday.
Coming up next in sports, have some holiday basketball action. Find out if the Hayfield Vikings can get a win in Game 1 of the Hayfield Holiday Tournament. Plus, we got those Kiwanis Hockey Festival highlights. It's underway. All the highlights from the varsity games today. Find out who can pick up some points on day 1 of the break.
KTTC Sports from the Lacina Siding and Windows Sports Wall.
What's going on, friends? I'm Julian Mitchell. Tonight on the Sports Wall, we have some local holiday sports action. The Hayfield Holiday Hoops Tournament got going tonight. Unbeaten Vikings girls team took on one-loss Blooming Prairie. But first, to the 30th annual Kiwanis Hockey Festival. Massive slate of games. Let's get right into the action. We'll start with one of the nightcap games, Gold Division matchup. Mayo taking on Fargo South Shanley. Picking up second period, 1-1 game. Fargo on the power play. Beautiful pass across the slot to Ethan Dahl, who buries it. Mayo goes down 2-zip. Spartans being outshot 22-11 so far in this one. Because of plays like this, Dawson Desjardins flashing the glove for the save. Mayo stayed in this one. This Bruin team, though, just kept pouring it on. Nice two-man game. Sam Ovsak with an exclamation point goal. 3-1, Mayo trailing. The Spartans pulled this within one to drop it 3-2. Mayo will face Egan in Game 2 tomorrow. Next, to another Gold Division game, Century John Marshall squaring off with East Ridge. Panthers came out with some juice in this one. Shot sent from just inside the blue line, and this will sneak in. Owen Tominello with the goal. Century JM out to a 1-0 lead. But here comes East Ridge. Puck dropped back into the O-zone. First shot, kick save, rebound. Lance Kanan lights the lamp, and that is the equalizer. Tie ball game. Later in the period, Panthers on the rush, 2-on-1. Jonathan Burmeister slides in like some DMs here, scores 5-hole, easy money. Century back in front. Let's just keep the good times rolling. Century power play, loose puck out front. Ole Fevel collects his own board and scores. Century opening this lead up 3-1. Panthers get a big win here, 6-4. Century JM looks for another win against Fargo South Shanley tomorrow in Game 2. Let's head to the Blue Division now. Great matchup here. 15th ranked Laverne against the Lord Eagles. First period, Eagles up 1-0. Laverne with a chance, but Xander Carter Clevin says no. Not once, but twice. The senior playing like a man possessed in this one. Eagles were outshot 11-2 after one. Couldn't deny the Cardinals for long. That's Blake Bork from distance, putting it in the second period. We got a tie game at Grand 4. A little later, Guards trying to take the lead, but once again, Carter Clevin denies them. Fantastic game from him in goal. Eagles still in this thing. Shot on here. Rebound. Peyton Closley says, I got this. And look at this celly here. It's just sick. I see you, Peyton. Eagles take the lead 2-1. Laverne, though, would storm back in the final period. Eagles fall 6-2. Lord will take on Wyndham tomorrow. Staying in that Blue Division, Albert Lee Tigers against the La Crescent Lancers to open up. This was the first game of the tournament. Great battle in this one. First period, Eli Ferris fighting through traffic will get a shot off, but Colin Morgan able to snag this, keep this one scoreless. So Lancers looking for some offense of their own now, going around the boards. This is a centering pass to Cooper Hill in the slot, but Ledger Sodheim saves it not once, but twice there to keep this one scoreless. Both goalies playing on their heads in this one. This time, La Crescent's Michael Sorechka gets in front of everyone. He's got a one-on-one look, but gets stonewalled. There was no score in this one. Through 2 periods, La Crescent would find 2 goals in the third, take this game 2-0. Next game in the early window, Griffin Funk, second in the state in goals, leading Dodge County against Egan. First period, no score. Egan pushing into the Wildcat zone. It's a saucer over to Eddie Moore. Hard to tell in real speed, but looked like this kicks off is skating in. Still counts. Dodge County down 1-0. Egan looking for more here. Puck gets to Briley Koenig Prong out front. First shot, no, and the second's denied like a library card with fines on it. Some great saves from Jackson Rothler. DC going on the offensive now. Brett Ludvigsen, little toe drag. Gabe Gleich with the pad save. Keeps Egan in front. 30 seconds to go in the period. Egan works it to Lance Murray. High slot. Fires, sneaks this in over the left shoulder. Dodge County down 2-zip after 1. Dodge County falls 6-1. The final. Wildcats will face East Ridge tomorrow. Over in Grand 4 now. Blue Division matchup again. The Austin Packers taking on the Wyndham Eagles. First period, no score in this one. Wyndham's Ian Nelson fires in a shot, but Darren Plunkett swipes it away. No glove save, still nothing on the board here. A little later, Eagles pushing again. Luke Anderson centers for Landon Polotsky, and he'll light the lamp. It's a quick hitter, puts Austin down 1-0. Second period now, same score. Riley Haugen skates into the offensive zone, winds up from outside the blue line, fires a laser beam and scores. Top shelf. What a shot there. Packers down 2-0. Wyndham would add 2 more goals. Austin drops this one 4-0. Packers will face La Crescent tomorrow in Game 2. Lastly, let's hit the hardwood Hayfield Holiday Tournament. Blooming Prairie took on the hosts and second-ranked Vikings. Joined in Hayfield up 14. Hayfield's Lily Beyer down low, too strong. Finishes at the 10. But here comes BP. Sienna Fixon, dribble drive. Oh, floater alert. It's a teardrop to fall out, cut the lead to 12. Hayfield with the answer. Lob pass to Natalie Beaver, and the Luther commit unfazed by the contact and one for the old-fashioned way. Awesome Blossom's turn. Look at this gorgeous feed. One-handed, served on a platter to Claire Schwartz. Great cut, by the way. That bucket goes down. Hayfield, though, just too much in this one. Chelsea Christopherson, the 5-figure discount. An easy 2. Vikings up 20. Hayfield gets the win 52-34. Vikings are now 9-0 on the season. It's a good win against a BP team that came in 7-1. That'll do it from the Sports Wall tonight. We'll be back after this.
Don't see every day. Springfield, Missouri police had to shut down parts of James River Freeway during evening rush hour to catch a cow on the loose. A few bystanders tried to round up the heifer, but she headed for the freeway. Officers shut down the eastbound lanes for about an hour until they were able to wrangle it. That was happening near the off-ramp.
Yeah, you really can't make that up.
In Missouri, that happened. That could have happened here, too. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Families across the country.
We investigate how the forever chemical can impact a community and the lengths some people must go to for clean water.
Local news.